Welcome back to MFO, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. What do you do when it's New Year's Day and it's Wednesday and you're supposed to be doing Underwater Wednesday on your YouTube channel? Well, you come up with the best of Underwater Wednesday. And that's what we're going to do today. Happy New Year to everybody. Stick around, guys. We're going to show you some of the best clips from Underwater Wednesday from 2024. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher. Happy New Year. We're going to be doing the best of Underwater Wednesday today on this Wednesday, the first day of 2025. You know, doing Underwater Wednesdays has been a unique part of Mark Fisher Outdoors, and it's been, quite honestly, in some ways the most challenging and in some ways the most rewarding. In looking at these videos, there's really three different types of Underwater Wednesday videos that we do. We do some bait comparison types of videos where we can get them in the pool and compare. We do some new bait releases where we can show you a bait that you've maybe not even owned, and we can show you what it does or what it looks like underwater. And then we do some technique kind of videos where you can see what you're doing and how it actually impacts your baits or your different techniques and things like that. So let's look at the first one, bait comparisons. We've done a lot of bait comparisons this year, and a couple we wanted to show you. We did one where we compared the free rig to an unpegged Texas rig. It's great to have these types of videos where we can compare one technique to another. The free rig versus the unpegged Texas rig, or an Ozark rig from Core Tackle compared to how a Texas rig looks. One of the most interesting comparison videos that we did had to do with the drop shot, and had to do with whether or not you nose rig your drop shot bait or whether you thread it onto a hook. Now, as I said, a second type of Underwater Wednesday video that we do a lot of is new bait releases. Core Tackle has put out a lot of new baits, and thankfully we get those baits early and we get to show them. And so we've put out, just recently, we put out a video about the new Core Tackle straight shank hook, the Wacky Shot. And we put out a video on the Berkley Finisher. Some of our most popular videos had to do with the G-Crack Q-Bomb. And another very popular video was when we brought out the Sixth Sense panorama shed and coupled it with the Core Tackle tush hook. And then the other type of Underwater Wednesday video that we're able to show a lot of in the pool is just technique specific types of videos, whether it be how to skip a jig. So I'm just gonna make a little bit of a roll cast. I'm just gonna skip the bait. I got it to skip. Now I need to just get it to the target.
This reminds me of when I was younger and people would try to teach me how to skip rocks, and I was horrible at it. So not only skipping this, but hitting the target is impressive.
But maybe you bring up a great point. Or how to work a spy bait. We're gonna show you some underwater footage that we have from working this spy bait in the water. And the first thing that you should know when you're working a spy bait is that as that bait falls after the initial cast, the bait is actually going to work without you doing a thing. And we got a lot of use out of our homemade laydown that we put in the pool, and we initially put that in the pool to show you how to get free from snags when you snag your bait onto a laydown or a log or a stump in the water. But then we ended up using that for a lot of different videos, moving forward. And so I'm stuck now. And so what I don't want to do in this situation is pull real hard, because the last thing that I want to do is actually drive that hook into the wood even further. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take my line, I'm going to pull some line out, I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure so that I've got just a slight little bend in the tip of the rod tip, and then I'm just going to snap it. And look at that! Look at what happened. That recoil, when the line went back, it popped that bait out of the log and came back. So you can see when I'm flicking the line, it's actually sending the bait backwards. Guys, we hope you enjoy Underwater Wednesdays. We're gonna keep putting them out. We love doing it. And one of the things we're gonna do for you is we're gonna create a Underwater Wednesday playlist. So if you go onto our channel and you hit the playlist buttons, you're going to see that we've created an Underwater Wednesday playlist. So every Underwater Wednesday that we put on, we'll put on that playlist, so you can use that playlist as a more direct way to get to our Underwater Wednesday episodes. We're going to do that for you, make it a little bit easier. Hey, if you would, why don't you hit the subscribe button? Do that for us to start out the 2025 year. We would appreciate that. And we will see you tomorrow on another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody.